I'm an economist, and economists primarily think about the process of exchange. I'm especially interested in understanding exchange in the context of a market economy, that is, a society where prices, profits, and property rights are the primary means of social coordination among people who do not know each other well. The first major influence on my thinking was my graduate training at the University of Chicago. I received an excellent economics education there, but that education also introduced some cognitive dissonance into my intellectual life. As a Christian, I thought that my faith should have an impact on my academic endeavors. Chicago, however, was the bastion of positive economics, and in that perspective, economists should only think about what is and should not take up any moral issues or what ought to be. Second, a few years into my career, I encountered Paul Hayne, an economics professor at the University of Washington. I'd been using his textbook, and because of common research interests, we ended up at some of the same conferences together. Hayne was interesting because he was really a theologian masquerading as an economist. He'd done some graduate work in economics, but his PhD was in theology and ethics. Hayne convinced me that it is impossible to just do positive analysis, that moral and theological questions enter at the beginning of any form of analysis. Finally, in 2013, I became involved with the Oikonomia Network when I attended several events. And then in 2014, I was asked to join the Oikonomia Steering Committee. Since then, I've been fortunate to be engaged on an ongoing basis with dialogue with ON scholars. My interaction with these scholars has deepened my appreciation of the importance of theology and biblical studies, and it has reinforced my understanding that all of my analysis takes place within a moral framework. This understanding means that in any discussion of markets or the alternative to markets, we have to start with the moral issues of justice, rights, and our anthropology. I'm grateful for those of you here who've added to my understanding of that perspective. The moral lens has led me to several important reservations about using markets as the only means of coordination among people. But my journey has also shown me that I have some different perspectives on certain parts of the market economy than some do. First, price signals do not give us a complete measure of what should count as the only measure of human flourishing. Markets are designed to coordinate around human desires, but if those desires are perverted, then markets extend the opportunity for sin. If we demand more abortions, then the market will efficiently provide abortions. If there is a desire for pornography, then markets will see to it that pornography is provided in the least cost manner. Our panel members will expand upon this question about what constitutes true human flourishing using the Mosaic Law, the book of Proverbs, and the teachings of Jesus, all of which point us to a world of properly ordered desires. Second, we don't want all aspects of our humanity to be coordinated by market signals. Prices do a good job of allowing people who do not know each other well to interact. But if we just focus on that means of social coordination, we will miss much that is important for human well-being, and we may actually destroy some of the social relationships and beliefs that are crucial for a healthy society. As you can see, my journey has given me a vision for the importance of non-market relationships, but my journey has also shown me my somewhat different perspectives on certain issues. First, many see markets as zero-sum, where one person's gain is a loss for another person. In contrast, I see market interactions under the rule of law as positive sum, where what's good for me can also be good for you. Harry Potter has made J.K. Rowling a billionaire, but Harry Potter has also produced enjoyment and education for millions of readers and moviegoers. Second, I also differ with regard to the role of good intentions. Some see good intentions as sufficient to overcome the information and incentive problems of coordination across time and space. Intentions are important, but once we move beyond the most personal of interactions, we desperately need information about the needs and abilities of others. A price system is a marvelous mechanism of information generation. It allows us to know about and respond to other people, all image bearers, who deserve our best efforts to serve them. Finally, I'm continually perplexed by how many scholars see markets as primarily about competition. It is true that in a market economy, there are forms of competition, but there's also massive cooperation. In fact, firms and individuals are really competing to see who can cooperate the best. To summarize, we need far more than markets for human flourishing. But I also see markets as important for extending the ways in which we can serve others. They enable us to exercise our stewardship responsibility over creation, and they provide opportunities for productive and purposeful work.